You can call Dr. Eggman multiple things: a tyrant, an evildoer, yada yada. One thing you cannot say is him being a bad father. When it comes to Metal Sonic, the father son dynamic between these two is absolutely peak. And I feel like the series that portrays this the best is the IDW one. Around issue 12, at least within this arc, a certain thing happens to Eggman. Buddy ends up losing all his memories, becoming a completely different individual known as Mr. Tinker. Well, it was that way until Metal Sonic arrived. Despite Dr. Starlight's best efforts, Cubot and Orbot's best efforts, they could not get Eggman back. But the raw connection of Metal and his father was able to flip a switch in Tinker's brain, reverting him back to Eggman. Again, the raw connection these two have for each other brought back Eggman from his amnesia. It's not just me saying it. Eggman verbatim sees Metal Sonic as his son, and he cherishes him as one. And vice versa. Metal Sonic and Eggman are willing to risk anything for each other's survival. Metal will instantly get in someone's shit in order to protect Eggman. And doesn't even need to be verbal commands. Like I said, their connection is so tight that they're just like, the synergy between those two are unmatched. And eventually we get this panel between Sonic and Metal where Sonic notes to him like, hey, you could have changed. You could have been like Gamma and Gimral and become like a unique individual. But it's Metal's connection, his love for his dad, that keeps him on the quotations evil side. Eggman reinforces that unless you completely rewire Metal like to the fundamental level, he is always going to be Team Eggman. And I love it because Sonic mentions this a lot of times, especially in the games, that Eggman has no true friends or family. But I don't think that's truly true because, again, Metal is his family. He is the one person, without a doubt, that Eggman can put his full trust into without any hesitation. It's a little bit different now after Frontiers because you could throw Sage in that mix too. But those two are, like I said, they're literally his children. Surge tries to murk off Eggman. Metal, without a doubt, despite being the more experienced fighter, was willing to risk his life to save his father. Does he get clapped up for it? Sure. But he knows Eggman won't abandon him. And this is going to also be off topic. Like, Metal is easily like 200-300 pounds. And this dude, Eggman, with one arm, is cradling this dude. No effort. And then with the other arm, manhandle Sonic. Just look how happy Eggman was when Metal became like conscious again. That boy was like, hey, my boy's back, my boy. Because Metal doesn't talk, you have to also peep the body language between their interactions. And like when you actually, like when you read their body language on top of Eggman's dialogue, you really get their dynamic. It's just like, damn. These guys are so like amazingly well written, and it's such an underrated aspect within the entire Sonic universe that no one really talks about for real. Like, sure, Eggman kidnapped an entire civilization across the universe and used their planet as a fuel source, or him creating an entire zombie virus that was corrupting the entire planet. Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, you cannot call him a bad father. I know Mega Sonic's out there. We're gonna ignore him. Overall, that like Eggman is such a complex character. Like he's so underrated in terms of writing. Like you need to get on him for real.